Howdy cowdies. Weekly walkabout time at the collector. I hope you're going good. Not that I care. We've got some cool stuff in the auction this week. It's Blokes Shed, but there's some other gear in amongst just to try and keep everyone happy. It's a nice gold cufflinks and earrings. Some cool World War II rose postcards over the back there of Allied fighter and bomber aircraft. Gold scraps and things in those little boxes. This is all RAAF sort of sew-on patches and badges and epaulettes. St Kilda Cricket Club membership badges, Australian pre-decimal currency. There's a page out of the Kama Sutra over the back there, and you can't see that. If we haven't seen your ID, speaking of ID, that's a good little ID model. World War II, I think it's a Kawasaki Ki-41 Tony, Japanese fighter plane. Cool thing. More silver, nice little Eastern silver card case and the sort of Chinese silver tank card over the back with the big dragon handles, the Ripper. There are a couple of nice World War I naval sort of medallions that have been mounted. Little Myrtle Grove tobacco tin. Nice little fob watch there as well with a sort of sun and moon phase little bit there exposed in the lower. Lovely brooch as well, gold with diamonds and tanzanite stones, I think they're called. There's better pictures of some of this stuff on the website. All right, cool old Oriental style trunk, 1921 VRC birthday meeting. There you go, pretty cool big poster. Some occasional furniture. Cool Motorhead gig poster there. Bit of Lemmy, big drill press. Wayne Campbell signed Richmond jumper. Cool sort of interrogation light or something like that, that thing is. A couple of sort of stringed instruments. This is cool, little sort of invalid table, sort of about 1910. Portable record player, pair of Uncle Fester's. Really cool, the lamps. Cut glass and crystal. Fireman's jacket, Motley Crue singlet. This is cool, sort of mechanic's top, motor racing jacket with the patches sewn on. Some cool sort of men's clothing, mixed group lot. Heaps of CDs, fishing rod, cooking pots, and a couple of big rulers. Pubinalia. Tools. Records. A little lot of crystal and china and stuff. Little Hummel sort of style figure. Books and ephemera, military related. Reproduction signs. Toys and gear. There you go. 3 big boxes full of sheepskin parts. Furry. Golf balls, remote control cars, mixed slot there with a big chandelier or light fitting over the back. Tins, these cool little willow budget tins, got the original little tray inside. This is pretty cool, a sort of gyrocopter scale model. It's got all the servos inside. Sort of tools, boxes of ephemera and stuff. Fantasy, science fiction novels, cool little blocks of motoring sort of gear, tap and die and stuff like that, cassette tapes, Pulp Fiction, Meatloaf, bit of David Bowie, some cool cassettes. What else have we got? Some little sort of micrometers and stuff like that, some pennies and some beer labels. There are a pair of aircraft chocks in there that'll fold up. Big lot of currency and coins. Cool little sort of fire extinguisher with a nice little tyre pressure gauge. Blokey gear under the table, tins and stuff. Little decorative paintings. Box of 45s. These are cool. Pair of sort of heavy cast iron. I think they're bench ends. Pretty cool. Little sort of wrought iron tables. What else have we got? Stack of pictures. Old Coca-Cola golf bags. Pretty cool. All stuff down the back, DVDs, posters, there's a big trestle table, big picture frame or mirror frame, all lots of records, and this thing's cool. Scale model of a Rutan Very Vegan. There you go, canard configuration with a little sort of wings up the front, space on the back there for a pusher engine. It's got a vintage Futaba hand controller with it, and it's got quite a modern one as well here. 5-channel Futaba controller in its box. I think that's the right controller for the plane. It's got like working landing gear and stuff, which I haven't seen on a scale model before. I think it's scratch built. and they've done a bloody good job. DVDs and CDs, Washburn guitar, boxes of stuff down under the table. These are cool big gas mask, sort of how to use a gas mask, World War II air raid precaution posters. Some sort of helicopter rotors for scale models. This thing's cool. We're going to make a bloody good hat for the races. Old BMXs, railway light, a bullock yoke, a couple of nice big bench vices, heaps of cast iron, sort of Victorian heavy lattice work, a little communications receiver, some Australian sort of RAAF Air Force sort of books. Got more gear down the back, records and toys and stuff. Eric Burden and the New Animals gig poster. There you go, 1929, 2001, Prince of Wales. This is a cool big frame print of the boat, the SS Krefeld. I think it's a German sort of merchant vessel. These are cool. Pair of wall speakers, 1970s. They need a little bit of work. See down the bottom there, the chipboard sort of break it up a bit. Really nice with the sort of violin, sort of open, sort of shaped backs on them. Can't see any brands on them. They're cool things. How thin are they? Old dragster bike with some handlebars and stuff. More sort of audio visual gear. Little mixed lot of china and a nice old Chums annual. Some cool sort of modern brass porthole mirrors and bells. Little box of tools and stuff. Ephemera. Movie posters. There you go. Petrol operated scooter. Some nice paintings this week. Little Australian school coastal scene that looks like it's sort of partly signed lower right. Really quite nice though, actually. Got some other nice things here. This is a Ripper Yona Miso oil. She was a student of Jock Frater, Lena Bryans. It's a nice example of her work, dated 1974. And this is nice. Erica Beck, big gouache. She's a New South Wales painter. Molly Lynch, nice big decorative still life. David Dryden's just slipped out of the frame, but it's a lovely big oil painting. River scene, sort of coastal, Australian, sort of the red earth and all the rest of it. Cool thing. Some nice paintings this week. All right, a lot of retro gear. A couple of West German vases. These are all aircraft gauges, sort of World War II. Fuel tanks, oxygen cylinder pressure, oxygen flow indicators. Cool things. A lot of copperware, some nice Weeder Tasmanian stuff in amongst, and some other gear. There you go. Aviator's headphone set there with the microphone. Cool old lithographed National Safety Council poster. Old motorcar steering wheel and some hubcaps. Some records. Some interesting sort of aircraft ephemera. Tins. Nice little clock and a book. Some motoring manuals. Radio Birdman single. And shit, I almost forgot these. These are cool. Big Radio Birdman gig poster on tour with Iggy Pop. I think it's an original one from 1980 and the tour got cancelled. This is cool. Another big Radio Birdman poster, which is a reissue. I think it was originally done in 77. This is a 2011 reissue. But it's signed by the bass guitarist Warwick Gilbert, numbered 405 out of 500. Iggy Pop poster, which is a 1988 reissue of a 1981. And this is cool. Dennis Tech. There you go, his album poster, Take It to the Vertical. He's a guitarist from Radio Birdman. Funnily enough, he was also a fighter pilot. I think he was a doctor as well. This guy did a lot of stuff. Pretty cool dude. Great guitarist. Cool poster. Really nice Marinelli, I think it is. Big industrial sort of mid-century fan. And these are two bronze busts by Leopoldine Mimovic. There you go. Not sure who they're of. They're lovely, big, heavy bronzes, though. All right, come on, what else have we got? Nice, big black and white photograph from the 1950s. More aircraft ephemera. More aircraft gauges. Pith helmet. Reproduction signs. Cool posters. Buck Rogers. These are cool, the Nuggets. Original artifact from the first psychedelic era, 1965 to 60. They've got CDs and stuff like that in them. Some books on clocks, and there's a nice little sort of modern clock in there as well. Aircraft stickers, cool camera gear. Another sort of pilot's headset. Led Zeppelin Beatles White Album, Mackley Duff. This is a nice photograph album, all full of photographs of Bathurst and Sandown in the late 70s. Peter Brock on the bloody podium and all sorts of stuff. People dressed up as those guys. There you go, Bathurst, October 78. Cool lot. Motor racing helmet, Swiss police officer's cap, James Dean. Great bit, the big James Dean poster, go on the back of your door or something like that. Ping and other golf clubs, butter churn, CB radio gear. There's the river, the big Zenith radio, transoceanic, it says on that little badge on the front. Bonza can opener, sort of tools and blokey gear. There's some owls. Another communications receiver. There's a nice The Water Babies plates by Ruther. A little Dremel tool, pretty china. More aviation gear, including an ultralight trophy. Original sort of 1970s Spanish bullfight posters. Some nice little bits and bobs in this box. There you go. It's a Lear turboprop plane signed by his wife Moya Lear. Some Pavanalia, crystal and glass, some bits signed Stewart. This is pretty amazing. Like a sort of architectural, if I can open the bloody box up. Architectural model. There you go, of that joint. Oh shit, the top story's come down. There we go. Oh, it's bloody heavy actually. Where does that go? I thought it went on top. Must go on the side. Pretty cool though, really good detail and everything. Hats and a camera. A little lot of blokey gear, a little sort of globe cigarette light as a ripper. Bottles of Coke. Kitcheny sort of stuff, blokey gear, a little skull. Fishing reels and a couple of split cane rods. Cool little lot of aircraft books and ephemera. Receipts and stuff. Old Commodore 64 games, they're all discs. More whiskey jugs. A voltmeter and this thing. There you go. I don't know what it is. Someone was telling me it's to test diesel engines because of this glow plug thing, but I'm not sure. Well, I don't even know what these are. Handheld telescopes and things. Volkswagen handbook. Some tools. Nice little Royal Dalton Vesta. Woody Woodpecker. Little group lock with the tank cards over the back with the naked girl handles. This is a nice little etching. Little French artist. I've forgotten who he is. Nice old bottles. Cool little certificate from Gippsland Hospital and a photograph. This is an unusual thing. It's an AM/FM radio which has got a CB built into it. Can't recall seeing one of them before. A couple of military field phones, and this thing's amazing. It's an early Morse code or late Morse code sort of typing machine. All the details. Tono 7000 Corp. Wacky thing. Nice cigarette box, hip flask. Good little collection of pretty china. It's a funny little shaving mirror type thing over the back. Cutlery set. Luggage labels. Lovely bit of Grimwade's luster with the kookaburras. Really quite a nice thing this is. All Commodore 64 computer games. Yardley lavender sort of point of sale with a nice World War II souvenir from Hawaii. These are all cool magic lantern slides. Nice bits of glass. Mailingware and Carltonware. Tins and bottles. Cool little sort of model sort of trawler. Fishing boat. This is a ripper. Land sales poster from Mont Albert. 1915. Something like that I think from memory. Cool old TV Week magazines with a grand final footy record over the back. Little novelty cat teapot with a little bit of pates. There you go, another novelty teapot, West German, and some Hummel. Lovely big Victorian clock down the bottom. Big sort of time clock or master clock over the back. These are cool, couple of nice little bits of 1853 ephemera, including a passenger's contract ticket of ships to the Australian colonies. There you go. Nice little watercolour as well, pretty early that is, 1930s if not earlier. Old pair of gauntlets, nice bit of carnival, Greg Daly, Melbourne Footy Club Premiership Team 1941, which is a reprint of a photo, but it's an old reprint. Whitefriars jug, Italian glass seahorse, nice Newhall, I think, English China cabinet plate featuring JB Hobbs the cricketer. Great little novelty Japanese ashtray with his tongue that sort of moves. Lovely old letter opener, door knocker, cockatoo jars, Wedgwood, Dalton, Carnival glass, Bleak and Dalton, Hummel, Royal Winton musical tank card. Another lovely bit of Carnival glass, two more nice bits of Hummel. Got some lovely bits up the top shelf. Carnival glass bowl, big Hummel figure, the pennant kerosene tins of ripper. Lovely bit of Carntware Rouge with the spider web. Early bit of Wedgwood. Nice little French deco frosted glass clock. Sterling silver cabinet plate. Melbourne cricket ground. All marks on the back. Lovely little pot there, which is in the style of Christopher Dresser. Another Royal Winton. Couple of nice bits of Carnival. Big Mary Gregory jug. And there's a lovely little Royal Worcester cups and saucers with the sterling silver hallmark mounts. There you go. That'll do. There's more stuff. Postcards. Oh, this is the Vic Rail album I think we're doing for the What's It Worth. Victorian Railways repair shops. It's sort of like all the prints. They're not blueprints, but sort of that sort of thing. All right, of all the different things they had to build. West Block, plan of Smithy, drawing number 10. There's also a nice photograph in there as well. That's a good lot. Heaps of other cool stuff. Cutlery, shipping gear. I really like this deck of P&O cards. They're really quite nice. Yep, that'll do though. Hopefully you saw something you liked. I don't care if you did or if you didn't. We'll see you guys on Thursday night. Be a good sale.